Joining me now is Gus Khouri, and Gus is a nominee for the candidate selection meeting for the Newmarket-Aurora Federal Liberal Party, and that nomination meeting, Gus, takes place on December 16th. It's just around the corner.
That's right, on Sunday from 2 to 5 p.m.
So let's talk a little bit about the process. What is the process for you to seek the nomination?
Well, basically, there's you know, some documents you have to fill out. Generally, you sort of you know people in the community, and you sort of have to garner their support. And you know, they're signed up members and people who are interested in seeing you become the Liberal candidate, and they also sign up and become Liberal Party members. And basically, there's a big nomination meeting, such as the one that there is this Sunday, right? And you know, the Liberal community comes out and they basically you know, put their name to who they think should be the candidates. It's a pretty democratic process.
Now, you've taken on a really tough task. You're running against someone who's Tim Jones. He's the former mayor of Aurora. He's been in politics, I think, for 28 years. That's got to be pretty tough for you. Is it almost intimidating to go up against somebody like that?
You know, in all honesty, not really. I've found that I've had a lot of support from a lot of people. A lot of people have been very happy to see me do this. I really don't consider myself as running against somebody else. I'm really running on my own sort of internal motivation. There's some issues that I feel very strongly about, and I really want to, you know, progress those issues. And that's really it for me. You know, I really want to go after. I'm really running on my own motivation.
Well, good for you. Do you think your age will work against you? I think, what, you're 24?
That's right. You know, my age is certainly a factor, but I wouldn't say that it works for or against. I mean, both my opponent and I have specific profile. I think we're very different candidates.
That's a good point. You are. I agree with that.
Yeah, and so, you know, it's up to basically the people of Newmarket-Aurora, the Liberals in Newmarket-Aurora, to basically assess me as a potential candidate and assess him as a potential candidate. And ultimately, they'll be the ones to make the decision to decide who will represent them in the federal election.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the riding. The riding of Newmarket-Aurora. Belinda Stronach won the riding as a Conservative.
Right.
She won the riding as a Liberal. Obviously, very popular in this area. Now, but in the last provincial election, Frank Cleese, also a very popular Conservative MPP, narrowly won the riding against Christina Bizantz, the Liberal candidate, who's relatively unknown.
Right.
Do you think that says that maybe this riding is going to stay Liberal?
Well, I think that the people in Newmarket-Aurora are sort of in tune with what's going on at a federal level. You know, they're basically looking at Stephen Harper and they're unimpressed. The majority of Canadians are unimpressed. They're not really happy with what he's doing. I mean, right now he's in Bali, tarnishing our reputation. So I mean, I think that not only in Newmarket-Aurora, but you know, across the country, people are going to tune into this. They're going to want to know more about the liberal candidates. They're going to, and I think they're going to get behind them. So absolutely, yeah, I think the Liberals have a very strong chance to take this riding.
What affected your politics? I mean, you're only 24, so you know you went through obviously some formative years where you thought about the different parties. I mean, I've talked to you. You're very environmentally concerned. You decided not to become a Green Party member. Why the Liberal Party?
Well, have you ever heard of the line "standing on the shoulders of giants"? As I learn more and more about Canadian history and basically how this country came to be the way it is, you know, I personally I'm indebted to Canada. My family and I came from a not so great situation in another part of the world, and we came here and we were given a very great opportunity, and I've since come and learned a lot more and more about the history of this country, and the Liberals have done some really great things to basically ensure that this country is what it is today, and you're right. I mean, I came in with all options open, and from a very neutral perspective, the Liberals were the obvious option. You know, they have their policy. I mean, our current leader right now, Stéphane Dion, he's just perfectly on par with what needs to be done to ensure that Canada is a strong leader, that we have a compassionate position in the planet, that and ultimately our existence, the way we are, gives hope to people across the world. And I think that you know, so the Liberals have done that, and I really want to continue that work. A lot of what my campaign is about is really bringing, you know, new energy to these old ideals that made this country so great. So I think that's why I'm, you know, with the Liberals. I want to talk a little bit about your background as well. You have a degree, I understand, in mechanical engineering? That's correct. I attended the University of Ottawa. I did mechanical engineering, did a minor in business. I'm currently working in engineering sales for an industrial safety supplier. And you know, I think that background is really important. I mean, front and center on my campaign is the environmental issue. If you consider what is, you know, what's causing global warming, what's causing pollution, it's the emissions from the machines, the automobiles, the industrial processes that I as a mechanical engineer should be designing for the private sector. So what I want to do is basically apply that knowledge, that background on behalf of the people of Newmarket-Aurora, and add that background to the environmental debate and give that scientific background. I mean, there's a lot of members of parliament right now. The vast majority are either lawyers or business people. You know, I think we need a lot more.
True.
I think we need a lot more people with that scientific background, with that fundamental comprehension of what's causing, you know, global warming.